So this showed up in the mail today. So I'm pretty stoked to open it up and see what's inside. Let's see. What do we think?
It's a motorcycle stuff.
It's motorcycle stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, let's open it up.
Yeah, let's open it up.
Alright, let's see what we got in here. What? That's not a ski. Vernal shipped me a kid. Just kidding. We already opened it. So we got the new 8-inch ski from 2Moto. Pretty excited about this. I'm pretty stoked to try out this 8-inch ski. My very first concern I had with it was getting it on the truck. So now we're going to see how this 8-inch ski fits on the rollers. Okay, so I tried getting it on with that wire, and unfortunately that wire is just a hair too short, which is too bad, which means I'll have to do it without the wire. But the good thing I noticed is that it looks like your outer runners are gonna fit right down over the edge, just like the 10-inch ski. So, loading this, I'm gonna have to do the bungee cord thing and potentially jack it up with the tie downs like that. And quite honestly, it's not going to be any different than the 10-inch ski. It might be a hair more stable because these outer slider or runners are actually a little bit closer to those brackets than the 10-inch ski was, so it may be a hair easier. While I had all the skis off, I wanted to make some quick comparisons here. I've noticed that on the 10-inch and the 6-inch ski that these skags are both exactly about 5.5 inches apart, whereas on the new 8-inch ski these inner skags are 4 inches apart. I've also noticed that when I put the 8-inch ski even with the 6-inch ski, try to line her up there, then I look down, I notice that only the outer runners are almost as tall as the 6-inch ski skags, but you'll notice on the 8-inch ski those inner skags are poking down a lot more. The reason I wanted to take note of that is because I actually really like how the 6-inch ski handles on more hard pack or spring-like conditions, riding in a little bit stiffer snow. But I think where we've got, oh, also I really like that ski on like roads and stuff when you're just trying to get to where you're going. It feels like you can tip from side to side really easy, and it also grabs on the edges pretty good around corners. My theory is that I actually think this 8-inch ski with the skags a little bit closer and then they're taller, so they're not going to let these outer runners touch the ground unless you really lean it over. I actually think this ski is going to do even better in hard pack stuff, because you'll notice that there's a pretty good distance from this skag to the outer runner here. I mean, you've got to lean it over pretty good before you start getting into that. In other words, I think that that ski is going to do awesome on roads and not wander around so much. The 10-inch ski, I really like it for powder and soft conditions, but quite honestly, that thing skates all over the road. And the 6-inch ski does pretty good, but it skates a little bit too. Anyways, we are going to go test these babies out. I did wanted to mention one more thing. The 6-inch ski, in any condition, I've been able to lean the bike over until the handlebars are dragging, and I've never ever had the 6-inch ski slip or try to get away from me, even on like ice. I've never had these skags break their traction. I have had these outer runners on the 10-inch ski. I have had those slip on me when I've got the bike leaned way over, but we're talking leaned way over to me equals the handlebars are about 2 inches from the ground. So you got to lean it over quite a ways before it does that. But say for example you're side hilling on something really crusty and icy, that's where I've had the 10-inch ski with these outer runners. If I've leaned into the hill a little bit, that's where I've had those slip a little bit on me before. Having said that, once I've felt it slip, I've just leaned the bike back up a little bit. I have never ever once leaned the bike, or I've never ever once actually completely lost my front end down the hill due to slippage. But it is kind of scary when it slips. So that's one concern I have about the 8-inch ski having the outer runners there. But we'll go give it a try and see what we think. And stuff. There's also something else I forgot to mention. I really like this tapered edge on the back of the 8-inch ski. When I'm dragging my bike out of the back of the truck, the 10-inch ski doesn't do it as bad, but the 6-inch ski will catch the edge of my tailgate or the edge of my ramp, and it makes it very difficult to make the bike keep coming out of the truck. Like I said, the 10-inch ski doesn't do it as bad because it's got that taper, but the 8-inch ski has an even higher tapered edge than both the other skis, so I think that'll be a good thing. And honestly, I don't know why I'm even doing this. Filming myself unload. It's usually the worst part of snow biking. Usually when I end up dropping my bike. Coming right out like a champ. You notice the tie down trick on the handlebars. It pulls that ski up and makes sure those wheels don't slip out going behind you. And if they slip off somehow going up the ramp, they're going out forward and your skags won't be dragging on the ramp, so you can still drive right up and in. I will demonstrate now. Alright, today is 8-inch ski test day. First impressions, holy cow, this thing steers a lot better. So far I'm loving it. It feels super light and it can move around pretty easy. Only one of those times did I sink in a little more than expected, but for the most part, jumping it, she seems to stay on top. We're going to do a little side hill. if that doesn't make a hill avalanche, I don't know what would. But avalanche conditions are supposed to be super low today. Otherwise I wouldn't have done that. Gonna give a mid-ride update on the 8-inch ski. I like it. So far, like in this kind of snow, you can see how it's just kind of crusty and hard on top. There's other places where it's really soft, like right there. The front end feels super light and nimble, like you can turn it a whole lot easier than even the 6-inch ski. I like the 6-inch ski, but in certain conditions like this stuff right here, those two skags would be stuck in so hard that it would actually work against you and be kind of hard to steer a little bit. The 8-inch seems to feel more motorcycle front tire like. It just turns easier. I'm liking it. I think it's a keeper.